Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 benefits of intermittent fasting. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Intermittent fasting, if one of the most common diets right now, is a method of eating that divides the day into eating and fasting cycles. And there are no signals that demand is waning. If, in its various ways, is maintaining a steady pace, says nutritionist Kimberly Rose Francis, RDN, CDE, of Sebring, Florida. According to Us Weekly, actress Jennifer Aniston recently said that if has made a significant difference in her life. There are a few different alternatives, but the two most common are 16-8, which involves cramming all of the day's meals into an 8-hour time frame, and fasting for the remaining 16 hours, and 5-2, which involves eating regularly 5 days a week, and fasting for 2, usually defined as eating only 500 to 600 calories per day. Why will anyone choose this diet over a traditional one, such as a low-carb or low-fat diet? Fasting, according to others, has many health benefits. Sarah Gottfried, MD, of Berkeley, California, author of The Hormone Cure, The Hormone Reset Diet, and The Brain Body Diet, says, the study, so far proves the advantages of IF to the point that it is worthwhile, as a way to reduce weight, control the blood sugar, and slow down the aging process. However, not everyone agrees. According to Elizabeth Loden, MD, a bariatric endocrinologist at the Northwestern Medicine Metabolic Health and Surgical Weight Loss Center at Delna Hospital in Geneva, Illinois, it does appear to slide into the next fad diet category. She claims that most of the evidence is contradictory, and that many animal experiments have yet to be replicated in humans. There are several studies that suggest maybe there is progress with any study that indicates little change, she says. So rather than take the claims at face value, we decided to dive into them and explore whether 10 touted benefits of IF are legit, or the science doesn't yet stack up. Number 1. Weight loss. The majority of people begin IF in order to lose weight. And, at least in the short term, the argument seems to be true. According to an article published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics in August 2015, every variant of IF could help you lose weight. The researchers analyzed data from 13 trials and discovered that overall weight loss for a 2-week study varied from 1.3% to 8% for an 8-week trial. That's obviously good news if you're looking to lose weight by fasting, but since those trials were short-term, it's unclear whether IF is permanent and can help you lose weight in the long run. The other snag, the weight loss doesn't seem to be much greater than you'd predict from another calorie-restricted diet, and depending about how much calories you consume per day, you might also add weight. Overall, the diet does not prohibit the consumption of high-calorie foods. When handled correctly, IF can be almost as good as traditional calorie restriction, according to Dr. Loden. Some people, especially busy people who don't have time to prepare meals, may find a time-restricted diet simpler to maintain than the keto or paleo diets, she claims. Number 2. Reduced blood pressure. In the short term, IF can help lower high blood pressure. 16-8 greatly reduced systolic blood pressure among the 23 research participants, according to a study released in June 2018 in Nutrition and Healthy Aging. According to a study published in March 2019 in Nutrients, the correlation has been demonstrated in both animal and human studies. In addition, according to a report released in the European Journal of Nutrition in October 2019, IF contributed to much greater systolic blood pressure decreases than a diet with no set eating hours. It's important to maintain a stable blood pressure level, because high blood pressure raises the risk of heart failure, stroke, and kidney disease. However, study has shown that the blood pressure advantages only last as long as IF is exercised. Researchers discovered that blood pressure rates returned to their original values after the diet stopped and people resumed eating normally. Number 3. Reduced inflammation. Though clinical trials are rare and far between, animal experiments have shown that both IF and general calorie restriction can minimize inflammation levels. The authors of a study published in Nutrition Research wondered whether there was a similar correlation in humans. The sample included 50 people who were fasting for Ramadan, a Muslim holiday that entails fasting from dawn to dusk and feeding overnight. Pro-inflammatory markers, as well as blood pressure, body weight, and body fat, were lower than normal during the fasting phase, according to the report. Number 4. Lower cholesterol. Alternate day fasting, when combined with endurance exercise, can help lower total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol, according to a 3-week study reported in Obesity. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, LDL cholesterol is the negative cholesterol that can increase your risk of heart disease or stroke. According to the Mayo Clinic, if decrease the presence of triglycerides in the blood, which can lead to stroke, heart attack, or heart disease, according to the obesity experts. One caveat, since the analysis was brief, further testing is required to determine if its cholesterol-lowering effects are long-lasting. Number 5. Better outcomes for stroke survivors. Lowering your blood pressure and maintaining a healthy cholesterol level, two of the advantages listed above, are important factors in lowering the risk of stroke. However, it isn't the only potential stroke advantage of IF. According to a study published in Experimental and Translational Stroke Medicine, intermittent fasting, IF, and calorie restriction in general can protect the brain. It seems that feeding this way before a stroke will help prevent brain damage. Future study is required, according to the researchers, to see it will help with rehabilitation after a stroke. Number 6. Improved cognitive function. According to Dr. Gottfried, it will help with mental acuity and attention. And there's some preliminary evidence to back that up. It may help protect against memory loss as people age, according to a rat study published in Experimental Biology and Medicine in February 2018. According to the Johns Hopkins Health Review, if you strengthen hippocampus interactions and guard against amyloid plaques, which are present in Alzheimer's patients. However, since this research was conducted on animals only, it is still unknown if the advantage applies to humans. Number 7. Cancer prevention. According to a study of studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, alternate day fasting can minimize cancer risk by reducing the growth of lymphoma, restricting tumor survival, and slowing the spread of cancer cells. However, the trials that indicated a cancer advantage were all animal experiments, and further research is required to validate a human benefit, and explain the mechanism behind these results. Number 8. Increased cell turnover. Intermittent fasting, according to Gottfried, increases autophagy, which is an effective detoxification mechanism in the body to flush out damaged cells. To put it another way, she claims that taking a break from food and digestion allows the body to regenerate and rid itself of garbage that can speed up aging. According to a study published in the journal Nutrients in May 2019, time-restricted feeding, described as eating between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., increased the expression of the autophagy gene LC3A and the protein mTOR, which controls cell development. This was a small survey, with just 11 people participating over the course of 4 days. Food restriction is a well-known way to improve autophagy, especially neuronal autophagy, which can provide protective benefits for the brain, according to another study published in August 2019 in Autophagy. However, there were certain drawbacks to this analysis, as well. It was conducted on mice rather than humans. Number 9. Reduced insulin resistance. Intermittent fasting, according to Gottfried, can help people with diabetes regulate their blood sugar levels by resetting insulin levels, but further research is required. According to a study published in April 2019 in Nutrients, calorie restriction can increase insulin resistance, which is a marker of type 2 diabetes. Fasting, such as the kind associated with IF, causes insulin levels to drop, which can help to reduce the likelihood of type 2 diabetes, according to the report. I have friends at other hospitals who have had promising results, Loden says, citing changes in diabetic insulin requirements as an example. While the 16-8 solution did reduce insulin resistance in humans, the findings were not substantially different from the control group, according to the aforementioned report published in Nutrition and Healthy Aging. And, once again, this was a minimal sample. Number 10. Lower risk of cardiovascular issues. According to the above nutrients analysis, as insulin levels drop, so does the chance of risky coronary problems like congestive heart failure, which is significant for patients with type 2 diabetes, because, according to the American Heart Association, they are 2 to 4 times more likely to die from heart disease than adults without diabetes. Although no human trials have been done to validate the effect, observational studies have shown that it can have both cardiovascular and metabolic effects, according to the Nutrients report. Loden believes that improvements in physiological factors, such as lower triglyceride levels and lower blood sugar levels, are the product of weight loss and will occur regardless of how the weight was lost, such as by weather or a low-carb diet. Increased lifespan has been shown to increase lifespan in a few animal and rat trials, likely because fasting seems to create resistance to age-related diseases. Although these results are positive, they have proven difficult to replicate in human trials, according to a study published in Current Obesity Reports in June 2019. It's best to be wary about this future advantage before it happens. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.